This training video will walk you through the process of creating a campaign in Keela and connecting it with the other working parts of your campaign, such as forms, email marketing, volunteering, and receipts. But before we jump in, what is a campaign? In Keela, we define a campaign as any event, fundraiser, or once-off program that your organization may run throughout the year. This could be your annual volunteer drive, an end-of-year appeal, or anything in between. With that in mind, let's get familiarized with Keela's campaign tool. When you first click into Keela's campaigns tool, you'll land on this campaign table. Here, you'll see all of your organization's draft, ongoing, and completed campaigns. You can sort these campaigns based on their name or when they were created, and you can even filter for results based on the campaign fundraising goal or status. Please note that this fundraising user's subheader refers only to peer-to-peer campaigns, which is a purchased add-on. In addition to viewing more details at a glance, you can also adjust the columns to see what is actually shown on this first table. In the campaign table itself, there are also a few actions that can be taken. By clicking on one or more of the campaigns, you can mark them as completed, ongoing, you can archive the campaign, or you can delete it altogether. You can also toggle on notifications. So now you'll know if you're added to a specific campaign as a follower. Of course, you can also create a new campaign, which we'll cover shortly. If your organization has purchased the peer-to-peer campaign tool, you will be able to access these directly within this peer-to-peer tab. We have a full training video devoted to peer-to-peer, so we won't cover any further details here, but we will add a link to this accompanying article in case you want to learn more. Keep in mind, Keela does offer 2-week free trials for peer-to-peer and automation. The last tab you'll see here is for any archived projects. This is where you can store any completed or abandoned projects. All project details will be stored here if you ever need to review or analyze them. You can mark these archived campaigns as completed, you can unarchive them, or you can delete them altogether. When in doubt, we always recommend archiving a campaign first, as you can always delete a campaign at a later time. But it's not possible to restore campaigns that have been deleted completely. So, now that you've learned how to navigate these 3 tabs, let's learn how to create, connect, and manage your campaigns. You can create a campaign by clicking this purple Create Campaign button. Here, you're going to indicate your campaign details, such as your campaign name, an internal description including any details you may need to know about this campaign, your fundraising goal, which isn't mandatory, but is highly recommended to motivate your donors and your team. And we'll actually show you a nifty little trick you can do for your campaign donation forms if you have this campaign fundraising goal filled. And then last but not least, here you're going to indicate any team members who are involved in this campaign. As soon as you've created the foundation of your campaign, you'll be brought to your Campaign Overview tab. This tab will show you important updates pertaining to your campaign. You can also edit details of your campaign, like adjusting your fundraising goal or maybe editing the team members who are listed as followers. You can also update the status of your campaign by marking it as completed. You can archive it or you can delete it completely. Once your campaign is live and shared with your contacts, Keela will also automatically provide you with updates about any donations, revenues, or volunteer hours. You can even click this drop-down bar to adjust the timeline that's being displayed. You'll see this transactional data charted on this progress bar as well, as long as a goal has been set for your campaign. And you can also see any recent transactions that have come through. All of these details are self-updating, so Keela does all of the heavy lifting for you, and there's no extra work that you would need to do in order to retrieve this information. So, let's get into some of the other ways that you can connect Keela's tools to your campaign. Email marketing is essential for sharing information about your campaign, making appeals, and stewarding your donors. Here in the Email Marketing tab of your campaign, Keela will display any associated communications that you have created in Keela's email marketing tool. You can even create email marketing communications right from this tab. If you create email marketing communications in the Communications tool, you can also associate it to a campaign here. Once you've created any associated communications, you can go back into your Campaigns tool, into your Email Marketing tab, and see it appear here. You will also be able to learn some of the email marketing statistics, such as the delivered rate, open, and click rate. Most of your campaigns are probably going to rely on some sort of Keela form, whether it's a custom form to collect volunteer interest or if it's a donation form used to meet your fundraising appeals. Here in the Forms tab, you can create and link multiple forms to a single campaign, and all of these forms will be stored right here for easy reference. Similarly to email marketing, you can create forms right in your Forms Builder and then associate them to the campaign. By doing so, they will be also displayed here in this Forms tab. Now, I'm not going to cover much in terms of forms because we have a whole array of videos and articles devoted to Keela's forms. But I do want to bring your attention to some of the benefits of including a goal for your campaign. If your campaign has a goal, you can add a progress bar to your donation form to help motivate giving. In Keela's new donation form builder, this would be located here in the Donate tab. By scrolling to the very bottom, we can toggle on the ability to display a campaign progress bar. This lets your possible prospect donors know where your organization is sitting in terms of your goal, and will even prompt them to perhaps give a little bit more in order to help your organization meet your goal. Now, you can even link these donation forms to your email marketing that's been associated to your campaign. For the sake of this specific example, you can see here, I would have to have this be a published live form in order for my email marketing tool to pick it up. In this case, I'm unable to publish this form at this moment, but I do want to show you how this is possible. So I'm going to toggle back into the email marketing tab, and I'm going to go into my first appeal. Now, if I go into the content, I can edit the content. I have a little donate button here. And I'm actually going to choose a button type. And here I can link the donation form that I've just created. I can even adjust the text so that we can have a call to action in this donate button. And then you can select your specific form from this drop-down menu. This is how you can connect your forms to your email marketing to your campaign. Keela also allows you to manage volunteer records that are associated to a specific campaign. Here, you can add volunteer records for contacts, and you can even outline specific activity names, the start and end date of that specific activity, including however many hours they might have logged. You can include a description of what type of activity took place. And here you'll see the campaign association automatically filled in by Keela. But of course, if it relates to a specific impact area, you can also indicate that here. And you can even upload any files or attachments that might be relevant to that specific volunteering record. In Keela, you can also log volunteering activities on a contact profile and during an import. And as long as you have a campaign association indicated, that volunteer record will be automatically logged here in the volunteering tab. Keela will also consolidate any transactions that are associated to your specific form, including one-time or recurring donations. We also take a look at if any pledges have been manually logged towards the specific campaign. Transactions will be associated to your campaign if they were made through an associated form, if they were manually entered with the campaign association, or if you've imported donation records that have that campaign association. Keela will also allow you to customize the acknowledgement email or printed letter that will accompany a transaction that was made towards your campaign. Here, if you wanted to, you could toggle on the ability to update the logo and header so that it won't pull from your organization settings. You can have your own custom logo and header for the top of your campaign receipt. And here is where you're going to indicate any customized acknowledgement letters. Keela will automatically pre-fill this with what's included in your organization settings, but if you want to edit the email or the letter, you can do so by clicking this little edit button here. And you can do this for any donation, revenue, and recurring donation or recurring revenue. Now, as we mentioned, if this customization is left untoggled, Keela is going to automatically pull these receipts from your default settings that are outlined in your organization settings, receipts and emails tab. Now, we've pretty much covered every single tab here, and it's time to take that final step. We're going to go ahead and mark your campaign as completed. Here, you'll see the status has automatically been updated within the campaign details, and you'll also see the status updated here on your campaign overview. Now that you've learned all about Keela's campaign tool, it's time to launch your own campaign.